The kitchen is an awful mess. Look at all this crap left over. My niece's sloth, sticky drawing, probably covered with hair. That proto-portable. I can't even cook a proper Thanksgiving dinner, not like I would want to hang out with my family anyway, or at least not hang out with them too many times. Look at one of the pieces of detritus laying around. It's one of those dumb vape things. It's probably like EBCDFG oil or something. Looking over here, this has been sitting here. Someone sent a bunch of stuff in. 2 tablets, and I think it's a Gameboy Advance afterburner kit. All right, I need to get stuff, Instant Pot. I need to get stuff off my table and my schedule. So let's go through this stuff, starting with this thing. This thing seems like an environmental disaster. Remember the good old days when you just had some burning leaves? But how much stuff is being wasted to make this e-vapor? Let's take a look inside and then complain about it. Bud, did you lose any weight yet? The vet said you had to lose 2 pounds, which is a lot less than I should lose. You know, the doctor said that I was supposed to get a dog, not a cat, but I'm too lazy for a dog, even though that's why they said I should get a dog. Do you want a dog, brother? Or sister, Bud? Come here, Bud. Come here. Come here, Bud. Aw, look, he comes when he's called. No, Bud, you're never too young to start. I found this laying on the microwave at the Macaulay family cabin. So, of course, I'm immediately thinking, who was using this? Although I have a pretty good idea who it was. Yeah, so when you suck on it, it can sense the negative pressure. Then it has, like, you know, fake illumination on the end, so you think you're smoking. And then it does vaporize something. I don't even know what CBD is. I mean, I see the signs for it all the time. What is this, some kind of a tube? It looks like there's a crease in the tube. Yeah, why didn't they just dye-sublimate the metal? Oh, that would have cost more money, that's why. I mean, there's at least got to be a lipo in here. I wonder if there's like any sort of... Oh, I don't think there'd be a microcontroller. Might be a timer of some kind. I wonder if cigarette sharing has gone down in these unprecedented times. I have noticed, like, ew, there's a bunch of residue on it. Gross. No, whatever that is stuck in there pretty good. So this is just a bunch of greasy plastic, I don't know, seals, I suppose. Yeah, it probably directs the air to be drawn from there. Does it still have a seal? Yeah, it still works. Ugh. Is this actually smoke or is it a vapor? Is it just a mist or does it have arms and legs? Janine, I'm sure with your qualifications, you would have no trouble finding a job in either the housekeeping or food service industries. I've quit better jobs than this. I still haven't seen the new movie. I don't know, I kind of heard mixed things. Like, if a movie looks like it's just a bunch of member berries, I tend not to really be interested in those. That's why I didn't watch Wreck-It Ralph for the longest time, but then when I finally watched it, I thought it was quite good. But I was afraid it was just gonna be like, remember this video game? Okay, so we've got a little tiny LED in there. It also has a rubber seal around it. Whoa. That's interesting. Somehow I caused the LED to turn on. You know, there's 3 movies that I know are geek favorites, but I never liked them. They are Blade Runner, Ghostbusters 2, and Batman Returns. So, yeah, I guess, like, Batman Returns is a really popular kind of geek movie, but man, I saw that in the theater. I would have been 16 years old, and I'm like, this isn't very good. Like, the plot is kind of like not good. I mean, it's got a terrific cast. It's a terrific cast. Still has the best Batman, Michael Keaton. Oh, it's like I'm opening up an old MRE. Like that one, what's that channel called? Steve. MRE. How does that guy not get an botulism? That's crazy. Yeah, but it's like, I don't know, like, I mean, the plot of the first Batman movie was also pretty stupid. I mean, all the Joker wanted to do was create chaos, but at least that fits his character. Because in this one, it's like, I'm gonna take all the firstborn children. Wait, no, first he wants to become mayor. Christopher Walken is great. First he wants to become mayor, and then that doesn't work. So then he's gonna take all the firstborn children of Gotham, and that doesn't work. And then he's just like, I'm gonna blow up Gotham. That's why what happens when a movie kind of has like a bad plot. That's why a lot of those... Is that a rumble motor? Well, something I've done has caused this to stop working. What is that? Oh, I see what they're doing. It's a microphone. They're using the diaphragm to detect the negative pressure of your breath. Selena Kyle, you're fired. Yep, that's how they're doing it, see? Santa Claus, afraid not. Okay, what do we got? It is, to no one's surprise, a battery. Wait, so where's the wacky tobacco juice? Oh, there's your heating element right there. See that? That's probably neat chrome wire. Oh, so this is just like dead simple. Or maybe it's actually not a microphone. Maybe it's meant to be a pressure sensor, because it doesn't appear like there's any circuitry in this at all. Although the light, if you recall, had a variable brightness to it. Oh, I'm pretty sure I know. I'm pretty sure it was one of my ants. Because I have so many ants. Well, it's true, I do. Just on my grandma's side. Irish Catholics, so you know how that be. Every sperm is sacred, every sperm is great. When a sperm is wasted, God gets quite irate. Then why don't we have sex more? What do you mean? Well, we're Protestants, right? Oh, true. Actually, let's test the voltage. That'll tell us what it is. And the voltage is, drum roll. Come on. Give me a number. 3.8. Yep, so this is a single LiPo cell. So I could reuse this for something. Nice. What did it say? Well, based off the volume of this, I would say this would probably be, 300 to 400 milliamp hours. Whatever logic there is, it's inside of this thing that looks like an electric microphone, but it's also got an LED on the back. So is this their custom circuit? But it's so wasteful. It's like, it's a LiPo battery and, all this. No, let's just throw it away. Let's just throw it away in the landfill. All the times I've damaged a microcontroller and thrown it away. And now it's like, why did I do that? Although I see Nintendo has no problem getting STM32s. That new Game & Watch, the Zelda Game & Watch. So I've been working on my backlog, as I mentioned. And one of my backlog projects was the... years ago at Portland Retro Gaming Expo, I bought the Arduboy, the credit card-sized OLED game system that uses a... Arduino Leonardo, which is a AT Mega 42U4. It's basically AT32.8 with USB support. So I bought that years ago, and I was working on a game, so I'm still trying to finish it. I'm actually making some progress lately. So that's like a programming project that's been going on since like 2018. So once I get that done, I can move on to my next delayed project, which is... which involves the 2020 model Game & Watch, the Super Mario Game & Watch. I mean, of course I bought one and, followed the instructions from stack smashing to hook up the programmer. And they actually they made like a base library that used STM Cube. And yeah, so I was making a tapper port, because I was thinking, because I wanted to make a game for it that was in the style of Game & Watch, like the segments. I guess I could have a clip of it here and show you. And I'm like, okay, well, what game style would fit the segmented Game & Watch style? And I thought, oh, tapper would work really well. So even though it has, you know, like a 24-bit RGB frame buffer, I still designed all the graphics and spaced them to follow the rules of a LCD segmented game. Once I get the Arduboy game done, which is a Boulder Dash clone called Garbage Miner 2049er, that's why I thought of this. The premise is it's in the future and humans have to mine their own garbage. So once I get that done, hopefully another week or so, then I put the code on GitHub. Oh no, it went flying. Then I can finish my Game & Watch project, and then I can move on to my other unfinished projects. Yeah, so everything seems to be right in here. I don't know if I can really take this up. Well, I could take it apart with brute force. Ben, weren't you just talking about conserving things? I lied. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. So imagine if you're Chris Pratt, and it's like, hey, Chris, let's go meet my dad. And it's like, ha ha ha, you better be good to my daughter. If you don't, I will terminate you. Ah, ah. And then Chris Pratt's like, goop. If Arnold Schwarzenegger was your father-in-law, would that be cooler than scary or scarier than cool? Oh, just because Arnold, I mean, yeah, he's not going to like beat you up or anything, or will he? What's that Amazon movie with him in it? Because my niece was visiting and she likes Chris Pratt. So I'm like, okay, fine, we'll watch the Tomorrow War. Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually, this looks more like, well, again, I'm not an expert on microphones, but it looks, it's a diaphragm. And then I wonder how they, oh, wow, oh, look at that. It's paper thin. Look at that. It's like tissue paper. Oh, look at that. There's a little microchip in there. It's a SOT 23.5, very small. I wonder what that is. Okay, now I'm curious. Ha 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 ha. Oh yeah, I was talking about other movies that I keep trying to like. So, yeah, Batman Returns. So, my feeling on Batman Returns was, I don't think it's a good movie, but I kind of appreciate how cheesy it is. It's kind of like, you know, like the sets that wobble and the tombstones and stuff. And it's funny, like, Tim Burton made a kind of a really cheesy bad movie, and then he made Ed Wood, which is an excellent movie about bad movies. Ed Wood is actually my favorite movie ever. I wonder how this diaphragm works. Okay, I've got it hooked up to my bench power supply. Let's give it 3.8 volts. Okay, it didn't explode. That's good. Another question is, like, there's no, I didn't see any sort of like a MOSFET or anything that would, you know, use a smaller signal to power a larger signal. Voltage, not getting anything. Still not getting anything. Wait. Is this some sort of pressure sensor? Oh, I guess that would make sense. Where'd that magnet go? That's okay, I've got more magnets. Haha, my precious supply of neodymium magnets. The neodymium magnets is what makes this project go. I'd like to thank Oscorp for providing all of the magnets. See, I'm not sure if I'm affecting when I squeeze it, if I'm, well, gosh. Man, that's all, look at that, that's almost like a switch. I mean, the change of pressure with air would be so minute. Well, I guess if it's in a chamber, it would amplify it. Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly this sensor is. I don't know if me poking around with it, trying to apply pressure, if that's just my skin causing the voltage to go up, which is quite likely. Well, there was that metal, very thin metal diaphragm around it. Although that was so thin, I can't imagine that would affect the Hall effect sensor. So it's probably some sort of pressure sensor. I just don't know how it works. If you know how it works, leave a comment below and be like, Ben, you're so stupid. You know, while I got the camera all hooked up and everything, and Bud's here hanging out, we might as well take something else apart. I'm gonna keep this lipo cell out of the landfill. Captain Planet would be proud. Captain Planet, he's our hero, gonna reduce pollution down to 0. Well, Captain Planet, we did it. We got rid of all forms of carbon-based combustion. Oh, I'm afraid we haven't gotten rid of all forms of carbon-based combustion, my Planeteers. What do you mean, Captain Planet? There's still some things. Burning hydrocarbons and using them for a fuel source in this world. What is, Captain Planet? You. No! That's the twist ending. So what else is laying around in the kitchen? How about the first 2 model Google Nexus tablets? Yeah, same guy sent this to me. He basically sent me a whole bunch of stuff. Some of it was actually useful. One of them was like a Leatherman. Well, was it a Leatherman? Well, I needed it for my tackle box because I lost the one in my tackle box. I don't know where it went. Yeah, so this would have been 2011, I want to say. I actually bought this model myself. Not this particular unit, but the same model in 2012. 150 bucks? 200 bucks? It was really cheap, and it lasted quite a long time, although the battery failed, of course, eventually. So then I bought a new Samsung tablet. I like little 7-inch tablets. They're good for like bedside. Bud, get... You are bad! I will stick you under the camera now. What is that? What? What's that? You have been a thorn in my side for far too long, Avatar. I banish you to the world of Pagan. Bud has been banished to the world of Pagan. Well, this tablet was once king of the Wicker people. Oh yeah, I was talking about movies. Oh wow, that didn't put up much of a fight at all. So yeah, Batman. Okay, so the 3 movies that, well, not anymore, but I used to watch every 5 years. So yeah, Batman Returns, Ghostbusters 2, and Blade Runner. So Batman Returns, it's not a good movie, but I kind of appreciate it because it's like so freaking cheesy, and Danny DeVito is great. Well, they're all great. Danny DeVito, Keaton, Michelle Pfeiffer. The plot's really dumb, so I kind of appreciate it like I would a bad movie. Ooh, look at that nice big battery. Oh, copper. We could sell this copper for a great price. Oh, what is that? Is that the Wi-Fi antenna? Does this tablet even work? Oh, wow. Look, it had stereo speakers. Neat. Yeah, so I kind of, Batman Returns. I don't think it's a good movie by any means, but, it's got some cheesy charm. Then Blade Runner. Blade Runner is a movie that every movie geek is supposed to like. Well, I don't want to say I'm a movie geek. I very rarely watch movies, actually. But, it's like... The thing was with Blade Runner, I think Blade Runner is more famous for the influence it had on design than it being a good movie. It's like, it was like, oh, the whole, technor cyberpunk thing. Cyberpunk 1982. Oh, you know what game I fired up last night? Battlefield Bad Company 2, aka Battlefield 2010. There's still servers for it. Yeah, me and my buddy, we jumped on, and it was fun. I mean, the movement is more primitive compared to more modern games. Like, you can't really jump over anything. Okay, so this is one big solid cell. One cell at 3.7 volts. 4,300 milliamp hours. That's actually pretty decent. Oh, clock data. It's probably an I2C communication. So this is a fairly advanced battery. Actually, no, it's not that. It's not that. Never. I changed my mind. It's not that advanced. Because what you might see in in like a cell phone battery is you'll see 4 pins. It's positive, ground, and then CD. I'm assuming that means clock data, so it'll be an I2C interface. So probably talking to this chip, which is going to report things about the battery charging. This is one of those nice micro USB cables that they used to give away with the Xbox One controller. It was the Xbox One controller for Windows, which all it meant is that it came with a USB cable. But it's got a light on it, so you can actually see if power is going. So as you can see there, this charging port is pretty banged up. I think its days may be over. I think this thing is foobar. Well, the other one isn't foobar. It's just it's got a dead battery. Yeah, this was a decent tablet. You know, one of the movie sequel ideas Max and I discussed while making the show for no reason between shots. Well, we came up with so many ideas. We had like Roadhouse Generations, and what else? Well, that was one of them. But another one we were trying to think of a sequel to the 2016 female Ghostbusters reboot. Because I still haven't seen the new one, but the 2016 one isn't as bad as people make it out to be. It didn't need to exist, but it's, as a movie, if you look at it as a movie, in a vacuum, it's a movie. It's got some funny parts. It should have been better considering, like, a lot of the writers worked on The Office. But anyway, so yeah, Max and I were like, okay, how could you make a sequel to that Ghostbusters? And we were thinking, well, first of all, you don't have it take place in New York, so you can save money, which they appear to have done with the Afterlife movie. So our concept was, oh yeah, we wanted to make, see, maybe Hollywood will steal this idea after I explain it. We wanted to make Ghostbusters Die Hard, for lack of a better term. So we're like, okay, how do we get the Ghostbusters into like a confined location, and then they have to like, they're stuck there, and then they have to like use their wits, and they only have, so much proton energy or whatever, and then how do they deal with the ghosts, right? So yeah, Ghostbusters Die Hard, or you could also say it would be like the William Atherton, Bill Paxton movie Trespass. And we're like, okay, maybe there's like there's a factory, right? There's a factory, and this guy owns the factory, and he wants to remodel it or tear it down or something, or maybe he wants to remodel it. But his workers keep getting scared by these ghosts. And so he hires the Ghostbusters to go there and take care of the problem. But then maybe it's in the winter, they get snowed in or something. But anyway, our twist was going to be that as the Ghostbusters are trying to fight the ghosts, this appears to work. As the Ghostbusters are trying to fight the ghosts, they realize that the ghost was actually like the business partner of the guy who hired them. And this business partner murdered his business partner to take control of the business. And so that's what created the ghost. So that would be like the twist. So yeah, basically Ghostbusters Die Hard. Got another device? No. Well, this tablet seems to work perfectly well, unlike the first one. The next one's pretty decent. What version of Android is on it? It's an older one based off the menu. About tablet. Android 6. Oh, that's pretty old. Well, let's take it apart anyway and see how much changed versus the first tablet. Oh, look, a headphone jack. What a novel concept. We're Apple. That's a little harder to get into this one. It's pretty tight, but I think I got some purchase. A little bit more difficult to pop off the back, but not too much. Well, wait, are they using this as an antenna? Or that's not an NFC sensor, is it? I kind of doubt that. In a tablet like this. Whoa, look how much bigger the battery is. It's large. It's large, like Bud Kitten. He was outside the door mewing. Then I let him in. Then he jumped onto the table and started knocking things over. Then I banished him to the world of Pagan, of course. I mean, if you're going to banish someone, you might as well banish them to the world of Pagan. The tablet's like, no, please, I will give you 3 magical fish wishes. Oh, looks like the battery has its own tray. Look at that. Hang on, unplug. There we go. Oh, that's the screen right there, right behind it. Oh yeah, this tablet had a really cool feature. When you put it sideways, the speakers would go into stereo. See, like left and right. I don't know, mine was on the dresser or something. I charged it up and I loaded it up, and it was pretty sluggish. This one actually seemed less sluggish. Maybe I should have taken apart my 2013 Nexus. Oh yes, and correction, this is a 2013 Nexus, and the first one was a 2012. So sorry, I was a little off there. Oh yeah, okay, so Ghostbusters 2. Ghostbusters 2 is not a good movie. I stopped trying to like that about 10 years ago. I'm like, no, this movie sucks. And there's some good character bits in it, but it's not good. So then the last one would be Blade Runner. I like Blade Runner more than I used to. I still think it's overrated. Is this... Oh, that's probably going to the screen. I actually rewatched Blade Runner, what was it, 2049. Oh yeah, because I watched Dune on HBO Max. And then I'm like, well, that was pretty good. And then I was kind of thinking, like, I should revisit Blade Runner 2049, because I remember liking, it reminded me of The Force Awakens, where as much as you hear me talk about Indiana Jones, like The Force Awakens and Blade Runner 2049, I feel like those movies dropped in quality as soon as Harrison Ford showed up. That's going to be the screen, driving the screen. This is going to be the touch digitizer. It's like this old man showing up and saying, "Get off my lawn," or "my airplane." But I did like, when was it, the third time I watched Blade Runner 2049? I did like it better upon the third viewing. I think I would say I liked it better than Dune. I mean, Dune was good, but I don't know. I guess we're getting a sequel to Dune, even though it shouldn't get one for financial reasons. But they're making it, so that's quite the gift to film fans everywhere. So yeah. Of those three movies, at least two of them I sort of learned to respect. But Ghostbusters 2 is junk. Yeah, there's the Ram and the Flash. If we compare the 2012 version, we see that it's got this very large circuit board, but it's an L-shaped, which makes it more expensive, versus this one, which is, well, it's still ancient, but it's a more modern design where pretty much everything of importance is just on one little board, and the stuff down here was just breakout. So yeah, actually, look, there's 4 RAM chips total. The same guy also sent me what appears to be an aborted Afterburner kit, which was a backlight kit for the Game Boy Advance. Oh, Game Boy Advance SP screen? What is all this stuff? What is this place? It's like a new case for it? This is an old case? Game Boy Advance SP. Does this... Doesn't look like that matches. You know, I've often wondered where my Game Boy Advance is. I bought one of these back in the day, and I have no idea where it is. And it looks like someone made a flat flex adapter for the Game Boy Advance SP screen. Look, it's an arm! Ah, here's my Game Boy Advance SP. And it has a great game. Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. Actually, it's not great. $15! I couldn't believe when I went to MGC how insanely expensive all these games got. Like all the vendors, the prices were insane. And someone said, well, you know, these vendors have gone almost 2 years without a show, so they're trying to make up for that. And I'm thinking, yeah, but then there's one guy I know owns a shop, and he said that he was way up during the pandemic because more people were just playing games, you know. Let's give this 3 volts. Not getting any response from the Game Boy. You wanna play the Game Boy, got to learn to play it right. You've got to know when to hold, know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. That soldering is really frickin' awful. Yes, there is no L unless you live in England. Now every limey knows The secret to saying solder is that there is no Allen there, and only 4 symbols to aluminum. Oh man, I'm glad I went to check on you, bud, you little stinker. He got into my upstairs office, and he attacked the plant, and he started knocking things off of my desk. You're lucky you're so cute. So why won't the Game Boy boot? Maybe this thing they attached. Where are you taking this thing? Maybe it's drawing power in a way it shouldn't. Bud, you know, I've had that plant a lot longer than you. You do know how that hierarchy works, right? You've never dated someone with an animal. I can't date anyone. You took my ball. I didn't take your balls. The Humane Society did that. I am an innocent bystander. Really badly. Does that? It's a surface mount end through hole. Why am I even trying to fix this? I guess I just wanted to make a video. Well, it's Black Friday, and I was like, I'm gonna take 4 days off of whatever it is I do for a living. I should tell people like, oh, I save puppies for the Red Cross. Because it's like, oh, self-employed person, they must have unlimited free time. Right? I gotta get the flux cleaner out because if you're gonna fix a Game Boy, you got to fix it right. Didn't he die, Kenny Rogers? Not to speak ill of the dead, even though I'm about to. Kenny Rogers got like this ridiculous plastic surgery, I don't know, like 8 years ago, and it's like, dude, you look like some sort of look like a mannequin doll or something. It's pretty crazy. Seriously, looks like they pulled this battery contact off of the Titanic. I'm gonna resolder this with it attached in the back of the case so it's held at more or less the right position. I don't know, I think this thing might be completely dead. I'm getting nothing out of it. Maybe they short-circuited it and damaged it. Oh well, at least I have this amazing game, right? Indiana Jones and the Thing of the Thing. LucasArts? Uh-oh, Hot Gen. Who's that? Oh, look, it's the Russians, see? Like in that fourth movie. Or if they had made a fourth movie, they probably would have had Russians in it. Time to go to work. Oh no, it's got the jump and attack button backwards. Alright, let me give me my whip. Wow, riveting sound effects. See if I can jump this chasm. Somewhere, Howard Scott Warshaw is feeling better about his life. How? I paid $15 for this? Wah! Indiana Jones was now dead. Oh, no, he's alive! Oh, that was kind of like, what was that game? Another Out of This World or Another World? Is that the one where the Europeans are all mad? Because like, oh, you changed it from Another World to Out of This World. It's like, well, it's because there's a soap opera called Another World. Like, you can make the most amazing video game ever, but if you called it Days of Our Lives, you know, they're going to change the name of it when it comes to the States. Oh, I've found a health pack. Great. Yeah, I don't know, that Game Boy Advance seems to be a bit buggered. I'm not sure if there's anything I can really do for it. Oh, what is this fresh hell? Oh, that's the backlight connection. Oh, okay. So this little circuit board. This is going to generate the, I don't know, probably about 20 volts that the backlight needs. You've got a little boost chip there and a coil. Whoever put this together didn't solder it very well. Maybe there was a short circuit and it damaged something else. I don't know, are these Game Boys even worth anything if they work? I mean, the SP is clearly a superior model, although I think some people actually prefer the, you know, the landscape. Actually, I guess it is easier to hold. Bud, what are you doing? You have taken over my chair. You are a bad Bud. Now we got bad Bud. Now we got problems. Ah! No, he's in kill mode. No, stand down. You can't bite through my skintanium armor. Oh, wait, I do have this worm light-like thing here. Let's see. On. Oh, actually, it passes through the extension port. Yeah, you would think this would turn on if the power's good. Kenny Rogers is the gambler. Also, it's not drawing any current when I turn it on as well. Oh man, Bud he is morphed into super needy mode. So the output of the switch goes directly to that capacitor that the person had attached a wire to. So I'm going to try bypassing the switch. Yeah, still nothing. I mean, I don't think this is even really worth trying to fix. Well, I took a look at it at least. What's in the bag? It's my new health product, Goop. I guess it's a new case. It's kind of cool. Looks like he had a whole romp of fun planned here. A romp of fun. It was going to be a romp of fun good time. I guess this is a cooler color than purple. Wow, it's got like all new parts. Here, look at this. It's the whole kit. It's even got this this translucent door here. Oh, there's two doors. I guess. Oh, you can pick from the translucency value you want. Wow. Yeah. What exactly was the plan here? Was he trying to put the Gameboy Advance SP screen in here? Is it the same size? Is this what comes out of the thing? This is just like that thing I found in the Radio Shack box. This thing, although I'm pretty sure that they were trying to make a Resistor Decade box. But it's like, what were they trying to do? You know, when I'm dead and they're selling all my stuff, they're going to be looking at this stuff and they're going to be like, what was Ben trying to do? I wonder what will confuse them the most. I guess this is what's underneath. So it looks like they're taking that screen and the intention was to make it work on the old Game Boy Advance. And then looks like they had this converter kit and this this poorly soldered boost circuit. Why do they have this extra overlay here? What's the point? Well, I'd be glad to try to finish this, but this board seems like something's damaged. I wonder how much an old SP is, or not an SP, a regular old GBA costs. Probably a friggin' fortune these days. Oh, here's a backlight mod, 50 bucks. Oh, look, see how the screen is bigger? See how the bezel is different? $66? Oh, good gravy train. Here's something we could test. We could apply power directly to the backlight mod and see if it turns on. Now I desoldered it from the screen. Let's try it without the screen attached. 2.1 volts? That's not what it's supposed to be. Does the backlight work? How high does my regulator go, or my power supply go? Oh, it goes up to 20 volts. Here goes nothing. Oh, okay, the screen definitely still works. The screen is, okay, the LED backlight of the screen works. I guess the next question is, does the screen work? That means I would just need this. I wouldn't have to tear apart. Why am I even doing this? I guess boredom? What time is it? 5:36? Man, I'm only up to stage 3 and what's it called? Metroid Dread? I mean, I would think that you want to remove this bezel off of this, right? This wire is labeled sleep. So you'd think if anything, this might be attached over here, basically to turn off the... So this should be... Well, yeah, this was what was attached to the backlight. In select. But shouldn't this have... I mean, what about the other ground? Like, you'd have to have 2 grounds. You can't just have 1 ground going to the backlight. You're gonna have a complete circuit. See how the sleep pin goes down to a no pop and the no pop goes up to in? So that's probably to have it be forced enabled. Because sleep is, like all things, it's probably active low. So if it's high, that means it would not go to sleep. The grounds, it's DC to DC, so the grounds would be the same. So I've got 3 volts coming in, I got the 2 grounds, and then I've got the out. Same thing, 2.8 volts. It's possible whatever damaged the Game Boy also damaged this circuit. I mean, it's outputting basically the exact, well, pretty much the same voltage as coming into it. Whereas it should be boosting it up to, well, as you saw, 20 to 24 volts usually is what they use. Does that just fit? Oh man, I need to like eat some dinner. I don't even know what to eat. I didn't do the whole Thanksgiving thing, so I don't have 10,000 pounds of turkey laying around. Oh wait, there's a bezel, so the translucency of this case won't reveal what I'm doing. Well, actually, maybe it might. Seems like I'm doing a mod like, what, 18 years after the fact? Is that flat enough to fit? Where's the screen? Looks like the cartridge slot looks like it's upside down. Kind of deceiving. This actually is not enough clearance. It's too thick. That crystal, I don't know if you can see that crystal right there inside. It looks like it's bouncing off the screen. Well, there's this ridge here. I ground away at that, but it still doesn't quite fit. I wonder if moving that crystal is part of the process. Well, shoot, even the main arm chip is somewhat thick, although it's definitely hitting that crystal first. Well, this adhesive foam adds about 1.5 millimeters of thickness. This one goes out to all my European fans. Ooh, millimeters. What is the point of this adhesive backing on this? Oh, that's the point of the adhesive backing. It's to stick to the chip. Oh yeah, okay, so removing that foam in the front was just enough to make it fit. Yeah, I'll power it up real quick to see if the alignment's good. So of course I just put a few drops of hot glue in place to hold it. I think the intention is that the adhesive backing will stick it against the circuit board, which is fine, but I'd prefer that it, you know, I'd prefer to align it ahead of time. To mark the polarity of this, it's fairly damaged, but still usable. Kind of like my liver. Yeah, I was reading up about this more, and it seems like this external booster isn't required. That's actually what this red wire is for. Like, this red wire is meant to, or it can actually power the screen. So I'm wondering if there's an internal boost on this. Yeah. Yeah, so I emailed the guy that sent this. I believe I have the right name. Derek sent that box of stuff, so thank you, Derek. I asked him if he'd like me to try to finish this. Basically, I mean, it looks like, he's got all the parts here. I would need to find a new Gameboy Advance motherboard, because I think this one is damaged. But yeah, so we'll see if I find a new motherboard. Maybe I can make a future video where I complete this mod. But in the meantime, thank you for joining me as I took apart random objects to see if there's any salvageable parts inside. And yeah, I'm kind of caught up on a lot of my work, so I'm hoping maybe in December I'll have more time to catch up on more projects and make some more videos. So we'll see you in the next video.